Alright, count them in. Alright, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start then. This is Dark Forces. This game is way easier. I also want to mention that the estimate is probably higher than it's supposed to be because originally I submitted this as hard difficulty, and hard difficulty is stupid, so I'm going to do any percent instead. So I don't know if they fixed that, but we'll see. I hope they did. I'm pretty sure they did. We're just going to roll with it anyways. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Star Wars Dark Forces. This is the first game I ever ran at Shots Fired. Hold on, man. See, I have so much better movement in this game than Rod, it's so weird. This game is now extremely optimized. There's a lot of really cool strats in the run, but we're not going to use half of them because they're all really unsafe. And Dark Forces doesn't have a quick save feature, so you have to run the game single segment, so we're not going to do some of the strats that are new. Do a couple though. The first level is really easy. We just get this and get the hell out of here. Then we're gonna play with a blaster rifle. This is gonna be useful. Yeah, this. I want to give a big shout out to O Circles, who is a Jedi Knight Runner who came up with a lot of really cool strats for this game. And Vrindar, who also came up with a lot of really good strats and has still really good time in this game. They pushed this game pretty far. I honestly am not at their playing level right now because they're god gamers and I'm a mere mortal. But this level is pretty straightforward. It's nothing terribly interesting going on here. We just have to do our 2 objectives and get out. Yeah, just some history. This is, like I said, my first run I did at Shots Fired. It's also the first speed game I ever took extremely seriously. And it paid off some of the time. I've just kind of plateaued as far as playing skill goes, so. But I highly encourage people to learn it. It's a really fun run. It's tricky, but it's very rewarding. And if anybody ever wants to learn this game and has questions, just feel free to hit me up. That was unfortunate, but whatever. So I guess I could give some lore here. The game isn't canon for the record, but you're playing as Kyle Katarn before he's a Jedi, and basically the Imperials have come up with a new super weapon called the Dark Trooper, and your goal is to find out about it and stop it. It's pretty much typical bad guys are bad and you have to stop the villains kind of plot. Alright, we're out of here. Now we're going on to, anyway, this is got one of the first big skips in the game, and it introduces TDs, the thermal detonators. I'm going to call them TDs though, because it's easier. And because this is a 90s FPS game, there's some sort of explosive boosting that exists in it. We're going to utilize that here. And skip pretty much the entire level. Normally we're supposed to hit like 2 other switches to get the water level up, but we don't need to do that. I should also mention, for anyone who's curious, this is not running on the Doom engine at all. This is running on its own like engine. I think it's called the Jedi engine or the Force engine. It's one of those two. But this is the Force level. This is research. I was thinking about doing a certain strat at the beginning, but it's really hard and I'm not going to bother with it because it only saves about 6 seconds. And because of how bad Rise of the Triad went, my confidence is kind of shook, so I'm just going to stick with what I know. That's not good. Alright, so this shortcut here is really stupid to do. It's extremely awkward and only saves about 10 seconds if you get it first try. If I don't get it more than once, that's just not even worth it to try it again. So, rip sub 21. And that code is the same every time. We're supposed to get 3 different cards to figure that out, but I already know the answer. We're going to do another little skip here, which gets the main objective of the level without having to do it the intended way, which is this really kind of annoying switch puzzle that takes forever to do. And there's been a number of ways people have found to get frick metal early. That's the most consistent that I did, is that jump. And now we're going to get out of the level by going through the entrance that we came through. This is not how you're supposed to do it, but this is faster. That was really unlucky. The training droid at the top there shot me when I was at the peak of my height and made it so I couldn't get on the edge. So that's this level right here. Research. Cool level. Tricky. This is probably one of the most commonly reset levels for me. Now we're on Gromus. Gromus is a very boring level. You have to get to a certain part of the level by a certain time to save time, and that's it. But it's very red. Red's a cool color, I suppose. My favorite color is purple, and red is part of purple, so neat. But we're gonna get this repeater. For the longest time in this game, the repeater was kind of just seen as a useless weapon, and then I've kind of realized that it was useful when I was doing some rerouting for the All Secrets category. And now we kind of get it because it pushes enemies out of the way and it's really accurate. It's useful for a couple very situational things. This kind of sucks. I really hoped this wouldn't happen, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's already over. This is just, again, gonna go poorly. This level is gonna go bad. So what else can go wrong, man? What happens when I literally wake up and have to do stuff immediately? And I missed the really easy setup for that, so I'm gonna go for the bullshit difficult one and get it first try, go figure. That just skips us having to get the blue key. It's a really small time save. Alrighty, so we just have to wait on this. Normally if we do this, ideally, we don't have to wait on that, but it's going badly. Nothing I can do, man. It's probably going to be a 22-minute run now. And so we're going to use the alt-fire with the thermal detonators to clip them through this wall so that we can start attacking this Dark Trooper. Sometimes it doesn't work, and there's literally nothing I can do about it when that happens, because it just sometimes doesn't work. Which happened there, and that's whatever. Alright. And we hit this switch on the other side of this room because in this little red area there's a trigger that lowers all these doors back up. So what you're supposed to do is open the doors, wait for them to open, and then run through. But somebody figured out you can just hit it from the other side, and then you don't ever have to wait on it. Or worry about it closing, which is kind of cool. I barely had time to drink coffee this morning, Demonio. We're just going to take a shortcut here. And boom, we're at the exit. So now we're going on to detention. Detention is a pretty fast level. Like research, we don't need to get keys to figure out a code for the main objective, which is nice. Because there is a developer-intended shortcut you can take to get to the prison cells, which is pretty neat. But if we get there in a certain amount of time, we'll get what we refer to as a one-cycle detention, which basically means we'll get straight to the exit without having to wait whatsoever. I'm hoping I can get that, but with how this is going, I don't have confidence in anything I do today right now, to be honest. Things are just not going my way. I hope you guys are having a good day, though. I hope you guys are enjoying Shots Fired, by the way. I think this is a great marathon. And everyone who's done runs is awesome. And big shoutouts to the restreamers and the people helping make this possible. Really big shoutouts to DRT Chops. Alright, so we got the one cycle, which is good. There we go. And we're out of here. So now we're going on to Ramsey's Head. Ramsey's Head is another level. It's not terribly interesting. There's like a couple of cool pieces of speed tech. It's nothing, you know, it's a pretty average level, you know. Just gonna do a TD jump here, you know, just pretty ordinary stuff. You know, I'm just gonna fall here. Gonna do another TD jump and completely miss it. Whoops. That happens. That's weird. There's a really small gap there, so it's really unlikely that that's going to happen, but it can, and it's kind of funny when it does. Alright, so my health is really low right now. I don't like that, so I'm just gonna kill myself here to get full health again. An important part about this game is knowing where checkpoints are. Because every time you die and respawn, you get full health and shields. This game has lives. It doesn't have quick saving and quick loading like I mentioned before, so you gotta be careful about that. It's not really an issue because you have to put in a lot of effort to actually die in this game. Alright, so I had to use a lot of TDs there in order to kill myself, which is unfortunate, but whatever. It's faster to death warp out of that room once you get the key, though. Normally, if you get certain RNG patterns with enemies, you can have low enough health that you'll just die pretty quickly. But things didn't go the way I had planned. But luckily, I'm a god gamer, and I can just come up with new strats on the fly for this game, because I've been playing it for like 4.5 years, so... Alright, so this is Robotics. Robotics isn't one of my favorite levels to do fast. It's got really broken ice physics, which is awesome. But there's a lot of cool skips. You can immediately go into this conveyor belt by doing a explosive jump. And yeah. So basically, the way this level works is just you get up there and get through this as quickly as you can. If you get good timing, you can actually make this here while this one's rising or lowering. It's a little bit tricky to get that though, and especially if you get caught on the ice physics, which I did. Oh shoot. Oh my god, I don't want to get in this. I don't even know if it's supposed to be that stuff that hurts you. It looks like oatmeal, but... anyways, we're gonna get a gas mask here. This game has a lot of items that you're only ever gonna use like once, which include the gas mask on this level. It's pretty useless throughout most of the game, but there's poisonous gas in this room. But, there's also another item you can use that we're gonna get at the end of this that's just amusing that we're getting it at the end. But, we're about to fight the first, like, main Dark Trooper. There's melee Dark Troopers and then just kind of the regular ones here. And, we have shield supercharge and weapon supercharge, so it's pretty easy to kill it. And we're gonna make our way to the exit. And this part here is the most frustrating part with the ice physics because they're really small platforms, so you're just gonna have to finagle your way on here. And then we get ice cleats at the very end. We can get those optionally at the beginning, but it wastes a lot of time and it's not worth it. But it's amusing because now, from this point on, those ice cleats are gonna be basically useless. Alrighty. So now we're going to Narshada. Narshada is a complicated level casually. There's a lot of just empty space. I don't know why I picked that up. This isn't all secrets. Whoops. We're gonna do hopefully a TD jump here that saves a couple of seconds. That's stupid. Alright, whatever. I missed it twice. Whatever. Just gonna be casual about it. Alright, so I have 2 TDs. That's wonderful. Alright. We're gonna take a minor shortcut here, or an extremely small shortcut here that gets us straight to the end of the level if I pick up the blue key. And that takes us to the next one, which is Jabba's. Jabba's is a cool level. Jabba's is a little bit rough. It's one of the harder levels to learn. Now the first thing we have to do is punch the living hell out of this dragon until he dies. Because we have, in the story, they take our gear, and that's one of the objectives, is getting our gear back. I'm gonna need to make sure I get some extra TDs at some point, because I don't have a lot. So you have to punch that guy too, to get his thermal detonators, so we can just hop up here, get the blue key. Alright, so we got our gear. Awesome. And the way the levels are designed is you're supposed to get the blue Navicard and then go rescue Jan Ors. We're gonna do the objectives in reverse order though. So we're gonna do a mine boost here, which just launches up straight up here. I didn't make that. That was a really bad angle. Come on. Gamorrean likes to move in weird ways sometimes. So yeah, we boosted up here and it lets us get to Jan first. This is a lot faster than doing it the intended way. The intended way is a really long route. You have to do it the intended way if you do the All Secrets category, which is my favorite category in this game. I think it's the most fun, but it's also really hard. And eventually I want to get sub 33 in that, which should be pretty free now, but We're gonna do another jump up here to get to the blue Navicard. It's gonna get to the end of the level. Next, coming up here is Imperial City, which is another really lengthy level. I'm just gonna do something here real quick though. Alrighty, so behind that wall is Boba Fett. He's the boss of the level. And because of how splash damage works, you can basically use explosives to do splash damage behind the wall. And that completes the level out, or right here and there. Normally, end levels are tied to all objectives being complete. That level is the one exception, because you have to get all the objectives in order for Boba Fett to go from behind that wall. So it's kind of a clever way to like avoid having an objective checker, but it ultimately breaks the level severely. But this is Fuel Station. Fuel Station's a really boring level. There's some cool speed tech here and there. Like I'm gonna do a jump here. And just kidding, I'm not gonna do a jump there. That was a joke. I was trolling every one of you. And this is one of the more practical areas to use the repeater is against that guy, because it's very accurate, and he's a pain. You want him to die, otherwise he can shoot you out of the sky. Oh me, oh my. Demonio, I mentioned this earlier. I had a 35-minute estimate because I originally submitted this as hard difficulty. And I decided that's retarded and decided to just change it to any percent. So the estimate would normally be around like 25 minutes for any percent. There's literally no reason for it to go over 25 minutes ever. This game's extremely short. But yeah, I should mention that. Yeah, there's a hard difficulty category, which is really stupid. I got world record in it on my first try and have not finished a run since then because the category is just really not enjoyable at all. The level design in this game on hard difficulty gets really stupid, so I thought it would be funny to do it, but I did like 3 runs and I'm like, this is actually not fun at all, so yeah. Just switched it to a category I knew. Also, the reason I use the concussion rifle in that room is there's a chance it'll bring the enemy a little closer to me. Saves a fragment of time. Doesn't even save any time, actually, just is convenient. Alrighty, so now we're going on to the second to last level. This level is pretty cool. It's pretty straightforward, but really fast. Which is what I like about it. We're gonna do a really satisfying TD jump right here. We're doing a lot of TD jumps just to save elevator time. I gotta be careful though, because I'm still running pretty low on them. Just realized that, holy crap. Alright, I'm gonna kill myself here to get full health and shields again, because we're gonna do a mine boost. I'm gonna try it the circles method. I don't know if I'm gonna get it though. Yay, we did it. That's a really, really stupid setup, but it's a little bit faster, and it looks cool. Shoutouts to Circles again. What a guy. Alright, so we're gonna fight 3 of these. It's really easy, because you have the weapon Supercharge, which is combined with this weapon, which is the Assault Cannon. It's the most powerful weapon in the game. Just makes everything really easy. Alright, and this part's really unfortunate because we have to wait for this thing to come here and we can't speed it up whatsoever. Makes me angry enough to punch something. There we go. I just timed that perfectly. I hope you guys saw that. I feel really good about myself right now. Alright, now we just gotta wait a little more. And we're out of here, and we're on to the final level of the game, which is the Arc Hammer. This is the longest level and also one of the coolest ones in my opinion. A lot of cool strats on this We have to kill this guy first in order for that door to open. Well-rounded runner, god damn it. Alright, yeah, we gotta kill this guy. So the reason we have to kill this is because there is a wall blocking an area we need to get to that doesn't move until that guy's dead, which is interesting. But we take a little boost there to shortcut a little bit. Makes a lot of this level is, even though it's the longest one, there's just a lot of shortcuts because this level is long, really long casually. Alright, so it wasn't worth it to do that mind boost. I was a little bit too slow on setting it up, but if you get that, it saves like 2 seconds. And you can do it because you have shield supercharge. And the thing with shield supercharge I didn't really explain is you don't take any like blast or explosive damage. You can still take melee damage, which is silly, like that. I'm gonna do a minor boost here, hopefully. Hope I get it first try. Otherwise it's not worth it. There we go. That saves like 2 seconds compared to using an elevator, but it looks cool. And I haven't done it in the marathon yet, so... Please. Thank you. Kyle Katarn's dojo percent, I don't even know. Anyways, yeah, we're getting close to the halfway through this level. The main objective is to just put 3 sequencer charges throughout the arc hammer to blow it up, and then we have to fight the final boss. Which is an extremely underwhelming fight, by the way. Spoilers. Alright, we're gonna hop through this. Jump right out of there without having to hit the switch to stop the conveyor belt. Now we're gonna do this fun little puzzle right here. Oh. And so if anyone's wondering, yes, we're hitting this in a very specific way. It's the most optimal way to do this. Yeah, now we gotta place the last sequencer charge here. We're gonna make Jan proud. And now that we've made Jan proud, we're gonna just kill ourselves in the elevator. This just gives us full health and shields going into the next room. There's a lot of stuff we're gonna have to fight, so we have to be as prepared as we can for it. So we have to kill these 2 dark troopers here. And that opens up the door to the final boss. Pretty straightforward. Come on, don't move around. Alright, so are you guys ready for a really epic Star Wars battle showdown final thing? Also, by the way, time is coming up very soon. I'll make sure to tell you when it is, though. So yeah, this guy is the main villain, and he is just a slightly modified Dark Trooper. He's easier to fight than Dark Troopers. And he's dead. That was easy. And... time. Alrighty, cool. So... yeah, that was Dark Forces. I just want to give a shout out to the Shots Fired crew for letting me do this, and to the Dark Forces community throughout the years. I also want to mention that this is probably going to be the last time I do any percent for this game. Probably ever. I've just played this